and we're going to welcome everyone to the WebCenter All-In Accountability Challenge Week 7, rounding out the final couple weeks of this program before we head into our leadership section, which will be the month of July. But I am so impressed from the reporting that I see, the tracking, and those that are providing some feedback and emailing myself and their coaches. It seems like there's some progress being made. And that is what it's all about. I know there's some people that maybe had a head start, had a background, maybe have already been involved with web centers, and they're starting to see, sales, they're starting to see more appointments. But what I love to see are the people that never had an appointment, never had a consultation, and now they're booking consultations, they're booking demo appointments, they're following up. Some are getting some new sales, and that is exciting. So we should be right now going into, week 7 and week 8, starting to really build that momentum because of nothing other than consistency. And it's the same with the unfranchised business, right? It's activity leads to results. You can't have 1 week and then 3 weeks off and then another week and expect that you're going to have some type of momentum built up. It comes from doing a little bit over time, rather than having, fits and blasts of, spurts of activity. If it is going to be somewhat of a spurt of activity, it's got to be like 4 weeks consistently to really see any type of outcome from that. So when we talk about being all in, it really is just a mindset, right? It's how all in can you be with your current schedule, and really it's your attitude more than anything. Last week we talked about consultations and how to have a great consultation by asking great questions, continuing to build that relationship. But we're going to talk today and this week about really being a little bit more strategic. There's some, some benefit to just having a broad range and just a lot of activity. But now you're at a point where it might make sense to have more of a strategy in place and really do some target marketing. And, it could be seasonally that you focus on that. It could be an industry that you focus on. It might be just your passion. But the idea is that we want to focus on grouping some businesses together and finding commonalities, right? Many businesses have commonalities when it comes to successful website and digital strategies. And what we mean by that is that, while a business is a business, a small business is a small business, a local business, everyone could leverage and utilize digital marketing. And when you look at broad components, a website, social media, search engine optimization, content marketing, and really a robust program talking about maybe the reviews. But if you were to look at each individual business category, which is what we'll do tonight, there are different components within each of those segments that are great talking points that will allow you to almost specialize in a niche or a vertical market. And as you start having those conversations, you'll already assume or know what to expect or know what questions to ask based on other appointments that you've had or other conversations with like-minded businesses that fit within that industry or that category. So you can become more of a specialist in that area for a certain amount of time and then kind of switch gears. And that's going to be up to you to determine what makes the most sense. And I will give you some thoughts myself as we go through the slides. But we've got so many great tools and resources, but it gives you almost an excuse or a reason to reach out to some of these candidates as well, because you're going to be contacting all of the businesses within this category. So, we'll talk about our main categories, our main business categories of businesses that we service through web centers. And I think service-based businesses is by and large the #1 category. And one of those reasons is it's so broad, right? There are a lot of different types of service-based businesses. So I want to help you brainstorm service-based businesses right now and maybe start giving you a head start on your candidate list right here. Service-based businesses. Let's talk about maybe health professional businesses. You've got dentists, cosmetic dentistry. You've got orthodontists. You've got oral surgeons. You've got massage therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists, wellness centers, internist, general practice, cardiologist, physical therapist, occupational therapist, speech therapy, audiologists, optometrists, ophthalmologists, every type of ologist there is, right? They're all service-based businesses within the health industry, right? So they all may need similar components of a digital marketing strategy. Now let's switch gears to maybe fitness professionals, fitness service-based businesses. We talk about gyms. We talk about wellness centers again, maybe more of like a fitness center, maybe gymnastics schools, karate studios or dojos, taekwondo. Maybe we're talking about a yoga studio. Recently talked to a friend of mine who went to goat yoga, right? How about Pilates studios, personal trainers, personal training, so many different fitness categories, life coaches, health coaches, wellness coaches. Okay. Now we can talk about switching gears to the professions in terms of maybe financial professionals. You've got accountants, you've got bookkeepers, tax professionals. What about attorneys, law firms? Okay. And then you can get into all the different specialties, but all the legal firms. Then you could go into contractors, and that's a really big one. Contractors, you look at painting contractors, landscape contractors, landscape design. You can do HVAC, plumbing, heating, cooling. You can talk about chimney sweeps. You can talk about home builders. You can talk about home remodelers. You can talk about the handy man services. You can talk about those that might focus on geothermal, solar, right? There's so many categories within contracting itself, general contractors, right? So when you look at all these service-based businesses, what makes a difference? And I'll tell you, responsive websites should be across the board, everyone, right? Search engine placement across the board for everyone, listings and reviews across everyone. But when we look at each of those components, let's break it down. Lifestyle images, service-based businesses, right? Completed projects, before and after photos, testimonials, a portfolio, galleries. You talk about maybe in the beauty services, right? You've got salons, spas, medi spas. You've got nail salons, makeup artists, barber shops, right? So many businesses here, right? And don't you agree that before and after photos tell the story? And they might feature it on their Facebook page or Instagram, but is it on their website, right? Before and after photos, powerful. What about in fitness? It could be the before and after, maybe a weight management program, a kitchen and bath remodel or kitchen design, cabinet design, and countertops, before and after, backsplashes. All that stuff makes a huge difference. What about experience in licensure, certifications, insurances? I got another one here. Laser hair removal, Russell says, right? There's so many service-based businesses. So you can just brainstorm and put yourself in this category for a certain length of time, 4 to 6 weeks, and really hammer it and get a lot of great activity out of that. These businesses also, maybe something about appointments, scheduling, frequently asked questions so they can reduce the amount of phone calls based on having all the information on their website. How about newsletter sign up, right? Email newsletter, even text message signups. Google Maps, maybe they got multiple locations. How about ways to make an online payment or a deposit for a project, right? So think of those types of things with these service-based businesses. When it comes to search engines, right? Placement, where are they located? Are they in the advertisement section? Are they in the local listings or the map section? Are they in the organic section? Are they based on the service category, not just their business, in the search, but what about their geography and their service? So maybe landscape contracting, Exeter, New Hampshire, maybe roofing and siding in Poughkeepsie, New York. Maybe it's beauty salon or hairstylists or barbershops in Wichita, Kansas, right? The service category and the geography is a great way to see if they're ranking against their competition in search engines. And of course, services, more than anything, people are looking for reviews and testimonials. So how are they rated? Do they have reviews? Do they have any negative reviews? We're talking about maybe online reputation management. And of course, maybe the listing sites like Angie's List, The Knot, Yelp, contractors.com, legal.com. Where are they located? Where are they, being recognized in their niche market, right? And as we move forward in service-based industries, let's take a look at maybe even their social media. Are they on Facebook? Are they on LinkedIn? Do they have an Instagram profile? More than that, are they using Instagram stories or Facebook stories? Are they using Instagram Reels? Are they, maybe doing some TikTok, depending on the industry, Facebook ads, social engagement? And are they using hashtags to drive more awareness, tagging products, brands, and services that they use? Hair salon, maybe they're focused on a certain brand, right? Hashtag Motives Cosmetics or hashtag Lumiere de Vie, right? Lumiere de Vie Homes, hashtag LDV, or other brands as well. But the idea is that brings more awareness to their post on social media. Are they doing that? So when you can start looking a little deeper, it gives you a great conversation point beyond our consultation sheets, where you can ask these questions or make some great recommendations to provide more value to these businesses that you might be meeting with. How about email marketing or text message marketing, monthly newsletters to inform and educate, not just promotional email, but informing clients about the industry. And I'll tell you, a lot of people think that email marketing is dead. And if it were, why would these major multi-billion-dollar companies invest so much money and time into email marketing? You check your email inbox, and I guarantee that you're getting dozens upon dozens of email, pieces of content each and every day. And a lot of it is for brand recognition. You might not open the email, but you know that you're getting those emails. So when you're looking for a coupon code, you're looking for a special, you want some information, you go back and you search and looking for that subject line, right? So email marketing becomes a very important part of the conversation. And for those that are standard or monthly managed support, they get our email marketing system with it. And of course, we can go on to text message marketing with Morse Connect as well as an option. And then the question to start asking, right? Are you looking to increase revenue or decrease your expenses? And they'll probably say both. But either way, that's a great question to ask. Are you more looking to increase revenue on new customers, or looking to increase revenue based on existing clients and customers and adding on more products and services to that existing relationship? Right? We've got some tools like the APN program. You could even set up your own commercial account. You're working with a salon. Maybe they're not ready to come on board as a Motives beauty advisor, maybe not a Motives account, but they're willing to maybe test it out, maybe put some Fix products, Royal Spa products, Motives products, LDV products, Cell Labs products, whatever it might be. Maybe they're willing to purchase it in a bulk nature from you as the UFO, and then you can give them a slight discount, maybe a 15% discount because they buy in bulk, and help them market those products. You're getting some, give them the suggested retail profit on each of those sales. That's a great idea. What about just using the shop.com business spending assessment to help them save money? Maybe the merchant service provider, iTransact, can help them cut their costs. Maybe they're looking for an app, maybe through the app company, or maybe they want more robust engagement and they're looking at Freshline. So many different things that you have a conversation around in your consultation that allows you to do that when you understand the industry better. So we talked a little bit about service industry. What about restaurants? Another big category for us. But we're not just talking just restaurants in general. What about all the different types of restaurants? You talk about Tex-Mex, barbecue, Mexican, seafood, fine dining, coffee shop, deli, sushi, Japanese steakhouse, just a traditional steakhouse, American bar and grill, a brewery, a winery, a vineyard, right? So many different types of restaurants. Where do you go when you are looking for takeout, pizza, subs, whatever it might be? All these different types of restaurants. And what do they have in common? Well, they need vivid images. They need pictures of their food, right? They need to be mobile friendly because people are on the go. They're traveling, they're out and about, and they're doing a search, and it has to be a mobile friendly display. And for those that have been following me with my trainings, what about the menu? You're on your mobile device And on that restaurant website, you click on menu, and does it open up a menu? Does it give you the menu? Does it give you all the different categories, appetizers, entrees, desserts, drinks? Does it give you the pricing? Or does it download a PDF to your phone? Oh, might be easy for the web developer to create that link to the PDF, but for the user experience, it's terrible. And then you go back to that restaurant website a month from now and you click on menu and it downloads another copy of that PDF to your device, right? And in some cases it gets annoying and you've got to pinch it and zoom it and slide it and you can't even see it on your phone. So you say, I'm done with this, and you go on to the next restaurant recommendation on search, right? Can you make online reservations? Can you purchase gift cards, right? How about a calendar of events? Do they have special nights, special things happening? How are they only broadcasting it on social media, or do they have an interactive calendar? Contact information, maybe various locations, hours of operation. All of those things are really important in the components of a restaurant website. What about online ordering? Not just online reservations, but right now, online ordering, pickup or delivery, right? So important. Search engine placement, right? They should be in the maps. They should be in the organic placement. They should be in the maps listings. Maybe doing some Google ads for the food category and geography, not just the restaurant name. Could be, best pizza, Topeka, Kansas. I don't know why I'm picking on Kansas tonight, but maybe it's sushi in San Diego, California. And you might even get a little bit more granular into certain metro areas. Okay. And then, of course, what are people doing? Certainly, if they're traveling, if they pull up a restaurant on a search, they're going to Yelp. They're going to reviews, and they're trying to find the best reviews because they want a good experience, right? It's not just about the food. It's about the entire dining experience, the service. So online marketing is so important. And then, of course, social media and email marketing, engagement, loyalty programs, interaction, so important. But again, those companies that only focus on social media, they're missing so many leads of people that are just searching to find their restaurant. And if they're only participating on social channels, they're missing a huge segment of business, right? And then as we go forward, what about referrals and collaboration? And this might not even be related to web centers, but if you can speak this language and offer these tips and suggestions and recommendations, what you're doing is you're providing so much value in your consultation that these businesses start to respect you more. They start to trust you more because you're different than just selling something. You can let them know it's nothing that you offer, but it's a good recommendation, some thoughts that you might have. How can you help them increase foot traffic from partnerships and affiliations? Yeah, sure, we have shop local, but what are some other things? Have they maybe had, you'll see the add-on products and services here. Have they thought about maybe adding in music? Do they have an open mic night? Do they have acoustic guitar during happy hour? Do they have bands come in? And maybe have they considered it or not? Maybe they should do a survey. They could survey their patrons that come into the restaurant, or maybe they could do an email survey, or they could do something on their website and say, hey, we're considering offering some other things. Which would you be most interested in? A paint night, an open mic night, some light jazz music. What would you be interested in? And then asking for their patrons to provide the direction. Right? Why not? That's the best way. And we know how to survey and do this because of our history with Market America, but a lot of small businesses haven't even thought of that. Oh, that's a great idea. I should put out an online survey and maybe a poll on my social media and ask everyone that comes into the restaurant over this week and gather that data and produce something. Just by adding that one tip, you could completely transform or change this restaurant. You can ask them, what's your slowest night? What's your slowest night? Are you open on Mondays? Yeah, and that's our slowest night. Great. What are some things that you can do to drive business on a Monday night? Maybe offering specials. Okay, well, we've tried that. Okay, how do you communicate the special? Are you doing coupons? Are you doing discounts? What about partnering with someone who's doing maybe a wine and paint night? Maybe you do groups. Maybe you have you go out and you find a local community group and say, hey, I would like to offer something for you and your group, particularly on a Monday evening. We'd love to host an event for you. So you can see that these are not specific to web centers, but if you can learn how to speak this language, and you will if you talk to more restaurants. But if you're going after all the different business types, you might miss these finer points. But if you can really hone in on a category, I'll tell you, it can be the difference maker, right? Maybe a restaurant, have you ever thought about retailing products? Do they have a storefront? Right? Maybe it's a coffee shop and they're offering smoothies. Maybe you can say, hey, let's test market an energy smoothie and offer them a trial of maybe some mocha tonics or awake energy shots mixed in, or turn up or something like that. Right? Think outside of the box, think creatively, and you're going to help them. And when you do that, you provide so much value. And of course, decreasing expenses, again, so many different ways that we can do that for a restaurant. Moving on to another category, education. We can talk about maybe traditional education. We talk about maybe private education. We can talk about higher education in institutions, community colleges. And a lot of people say, well, why would I contact them? You know, it's such a big business. Well, guess what? They have a marketing department, but chances are that they're using an ad agency or a marketing company to handle maybe their Google advertising or their Facebook advertising, because they don't do it in-house. They might have a great graphic design company, or maybe some students and interns that are working. Maybe they have a website, but they might not be doing some of the digital marketing stuff. Or maybe they're focused on other areas of on-campus marketing that they're missing out on some great things that they can do with their website. So don't discount the larger companies just because of maybe your confidence, but maybe just go out and look at some of these sites, do your research on them as well. Maybe you do know maybe a staff member, a professor at a university or at a college or community college, or it doesn't even have to be that. Think of maybe a trade school, cosmetology school, an auto school, maybe someone offering real estate classes, maybe again, the gymnastics school, a karate dojo kind of gets lumped in, maybe private school. Maybe it is a Montessori school. Maybe it's a daycare, nursery. So what are some things that could be components? Well, again, lifestyle images like the one you see on the screen. And right now it's got to be relevant and be sensitive. Should they have masks on? Well, something tells me that in a display like this, it's great to see maybe the paraprofessional or the teacher here or the aide smiling, the child is engaged. That's great. But maybe some people are sensitive to that. So maybe they should have, some type of mask, or maybe it's a friendly mask, right? So it's got to be relevant to the current state of the world and the market. But I think there's some also, something in the history. You don't want to always have just relevant. You need to showcase the history as well. What about student life, teams, classes, clubs, events, community scheduling? Maybe is there anything about enrollment, other campus activities, class descriptions, frequently asked questions, newsletter sign up, registration information? Is that all available on the site when you're doing your research? Are they leveraging social media? You look at the population in education, and social media is very important, but is there engagement? Is there interaction? Are they reposting student posts if it's, maybe someone that caters to, maybe the high school age bracket or higher? Are they reposting student posts? Are they maybe leveraging TikTok or Instagram Reels, right? Using stories, videos, important. And of course, Facebook ads would be lumped in there as well. Search engine placement, where are they found? Do they have regional campuses? They need to have maps listings for all of their locations. Their directory listings have to be all their locations. Maybe a regional search engine optimization campaign. Maybe they can be found in their main campus, but maybe their ancillary campuses can't be found, or maybe their online courses can't be found. Reputation management, listing, review sites, social sites, so important. And of course, how are they communicating? How are they communicating announcements, events, email and text marketing? Great thing to focus on. Certainly text message marketing when it comes to like maybe inclement weather delays or change of scheduling or campus information. News, events, promotions, right? Leveraging those tools. Are they doing it? And that's as simple as asking the question, are you doing any email marketing or any text message marketing? How are you communicating with your students or prospective students, right? Great questions to ask around education. Moving on to brick and mortar, storefronts and retail businesses. Are their websites updated to reflect the season, right? Their display, the coloring, the types of products that are featured on their site should be current events, right? Is it the holidays? Is it summer? Are there certain holiday specials, right? We've got 4th of July coming up. We've got, barbecues. We've got Father's Day, right? We're just recently coming through graduation season. After the summertime, we're looking into get back to school. What's back to school look like? Then maybe Halloween. And of course, every major holiday moving forward. Is their display speaking that to their end consumer that's visiting their website? Are they focused on some daily or weekly specials, top products, clickable slideshow or ads, right? Clickable e-commerce ads. So yeah, it's great to have a slideshow on your website, but when you click it, does it go just to the product page, or can they actually purchase that product, right? An e-commerce product catalog. I'll tell you, that's an exciting feature within Oasis. Are they doing any banners advertising different brands, store images, their staff, their team, photos, policies, shipping policies, lifestyle images? Where are their locations? How can you get there? Do they have e-commerce? Are they leveraging coupon codes? Right. So these are the things that you're looking for and the conversations to have. Search engine goes, just blanket across the board. What they're looking for is just visibility on search. But if there's a top brand or product you're looking for, they should maybe be participating in some Google advertising, and maybe even Google shopping or Instagram shopping, and finding ways to open up other sales channels, right? Are you offering e-commerce only on your website, or are you focused on an omni-channel presence, other channels to distribute your products? Have you thought of that? Right? I know we don't like to say it, but are they selling through Amazon? Are they selling through eBay? Are they selling through Facebook, Instagram, Google Shopping? Right? There's so many ways. Our job as WebCenter owners and consultants is to work with them to give them ideas to provide value on ways to increase revenue and decrease expenses. Hands down. And we've got some great tools that can help them do that built into our solution. Okay. How about social media? Is there engagement? Are there interactions? Are there reviews? Are they promoting, customers that send them feedback? Videos and stories of their activities, different specials. And I'll tell you, email and text marketing is another great thing to do with these retail and storefront types of businesses. Loyalty programs, notifications and announcements. Do they have a pop-up when they come to the store, when they go to a product page that says, hey, get an extra 10% off on your first order? Just simply subscribe to our newsletter and enter your email. Easy ways to do that with our solution. And now they've captured the email, and now they've also offered a little bit of a coupon as a way to create loyalty and to create that order. Statistically, when people are offered a gift card or a coupon, they actually spend more than what that is worth. And that's some valuable information to share. How about events, promotions, deals and specials, VIP programs? Okay. So, now that we've talked about some of our main categories here, your job is to go back to step 1 in the 5 C's, is that candidate list. Who do you know in those candidates, and where can you find them? And I tell you, one of the best things that you can do is network within your existing organization, right? Getting your team working together on candidates that they may know. You're going to get that source of warm leads, and those contacts are much easier to work through because you've got that warm referral, right? Hey, Carmen introduced me and wanted me to make sure I got in touch with you. Or maybe, Russell sends a text and says, hey, I've got my friend Jason who's going to be giving you a call. Your name came up. I think he's going to be able to help you with your business and maybe some marketing ideas that we're chatting through. Make sure you answer the call, right? That pre-call, that preparation, that plug, that edification goes a long way. So these are referral warm leads, and you'll at least get the consultation. I'll tell you that your existing unfranchised organization already has leads for you. A lot of people are so focused on cold calling. Well, I'll tell you, work through warm leads first. And when you go through your warm leads, then go to your warm leads in your market to ask them for who they know, right? But remember that when your team effort finds those people to work with and they become clients of yours, you all get credit for the sale, that BV, that IBV, and maybe you give a referral fee. Maybe you give them $100 or $200 if there's a website sale, right? Give them an incentive to participate. Get all your team members focused together, and it doesn't take, a long way to do that. You don't have to have them involved and understand what the WebCenter program is. It's as simple as scheduling a call. either one-on-one or a Zoom or a group meeting, maybe get a cup of coffee or have a fun social together and just say, look, we're going to take 30 minutes and I'm going to help you brainstorm your names list. Kind of like we do with the unfranchised, a names list memory jogger activity. But what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through what we do for web centers, and that's to identify potential candidates. Who do you know that owns a restaurant? Who do you know that works in a restaurant? Who do you know that's well connected with the restaurant industry? And go through, okay, what about Greek, Mediterranean, sushi, right? And you do that, you're going to get, so many leads. And then you can make it fun. You can say, great, everyone's going to get 1 point for every lead that they write down. And then I'm going to do a drawing. I'm going to give a $25 gift card to shop.com for whoever has the most candidates. And then you raffle it off. Or maybe you do a raffle entry and you use Wheel of Names and you put everyone that participated in a randomized drawing and you pick a winner and they get a bottle of OPC3, or they get a trial size marketing, or they get the LDV SPF sunscreen, or what. Make it fun, make them want to participate. And I think that's the thing. You got to engage them, interact with them, make them want to participate. And the same thing goes for your best clients. Build those relationships. Russell even just put that in the chat. When you build these strong relationships and you work with your clients, they're going to pass referrals along to you. In fact, next week's topic is going to be all about referrals. And it's going to be how to create a referral network and how to network out there to build more leads. But it all comes down to that relationship. And when you treat your clients right, they're going to want to refer you. And you can put in place different referral programs. Again, we'll talk about that next week. But the idea is when you have other people kind of like being that bird dog bringing you leads, it makes the process so much easier. And if you can focus on a niche category, you just say, hey, who do you know that is involved in an education-based business? Because I'm focused on education through the months of June and July, early August, because I know we're getting ready for their enrollment periods in the fall. I'm really focused on how we can help these businesses right now, right? Maybe you focus on, say, landscaping and say, I know that fall cleanups are going to be coming, and then they're going to move over to snow removal, and now's the time for them to start working on their budget for the fall. Right. So if you can kind of pre-plan and think about those things ahead of time and create these seasonal campaigns, creating referral networks is so much easier, right? And I love Russell's got some great points here, right? Build strong, trusting relationships, right? People do business with people they know, like, and trust, and they will refer you when they trust you and that you've treated them well. Okay, so our assignments for this week are going to be thinking through a specific niche or vertical market. Pick 1 to 2 categories. And I would recommend either a seasonal category that you think is important as we come into the summer months, July and August, or something that you're passionate about. And why do I say that? Because then it's fun and the industry. For me, getting started in the health and wellness and fitness arena was easy. I came from a personal training background, an athletic background. I worked in gyms for many, many years. I worked with personal trainers. I worked in doctors' offices. I knew massage therapists, occupational therapists, physical therapists, orthopedics. I knew those. They were already in my circle of influence. But more than that, I knew what they needed. They needed members and they needed patients. And I could talk that language. Maybe you like sewing, right? Maybe you're going to go through some, quilting clubs and maybe some seamstresses and alterations and wedding dresses, right? Maybe that's your category. Maybe you love to travel, right? And you're going to look at maybe hotel accommodations and maybe bed and breakfasts or something like that. Maybe bike rental companies, different tours that happen on a local level, right? So think about the things that you really enjoy. Maybe you enjoy crafting, right? So maybe you go after some more niche craft types of businesses. And then you can start creating these value statements, which makes your approaches easier because now you've got more value to provide and a reason why they should want to meet you for a consultation. And then just like we do, when we target any business, is craft your approach, role play it, write it out, work on it, and then get to business, right? Contact your business leaders and unfranchised owners and have a coring, schedule a way to create a candidate list, do a workshop together. Even if you don't get the workshop done this week, at least maybe contact a couple UFOs, 2 or 3 UFOs, and have a quick conversation with them, and maybe put something on the books for maybe next week. At least schedule it, because that's what you're looking for. You're looking for warm leads for potential candidates. And then what do we do? What do we do with our candidates? Immediately, we start doing what? Our research and contacting them so we can book consultations. I'll let you know that the results are coming in from the weekly reporting, and we're starting to see more contacts happening, more consultations. And I'll tell you that right now we had, for everyone that reported in, their information, we had over 70 consultations scheduled from last week. I think that's phenomenal. I know we got the form out there late on, I think it was Sunday, but the idea was we've got over 70 consultations. And from that, it resulted in about 20 consultations that happened that led to website demos. So what does that tell you? It tells you it's about 30%, about 30%. So keep that in mind, right? So 1 out of every 3 consultations will lead to a website demo. And if not now, it might later. We've seen it upwards of 50%, but 30% on this program is pretty darn good. I did also just get our sales reporting for the month of May. I'll let you know that our product specialists closed 25%, it was actually 26% of their website demos that were conducted in the month of May. So for all the website demos that were conducted in the month of May, 25%, 1 out of every 4 resulted in a sale. And many of them are still resulting in a follow-up for down the road. So it's maybe not a no, it's a not now. It might be next week, the week after, a month later. But the idea is those are incredible ratios and statistics if you know anything about sales, right? So 1 out of every 3 consultations drives into a demo with a product specialist, and then 1 out of every 4 demos will result in a sale. Okay, and I think those are great, great stats. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch gears and let you know that there are some great resources for people that aren't aware. One of them is our marketing manual. We're in the process of kind of updating and overhauling some of these tools, but I'll let you know that this is all still relevant. In the marketing manual, it's a great piece to educate WebCenter owners. It's a great follow-up tool for clients or for candidates that you've met with that want some more information and some tips. You can go through it. It kind of goes through, basic online marketing, internet marketing, stats, definitions, talks about some of the areas of websites design, SEO, online reputation, or referral marketing, but then it goes into each category, and it should look familiar, but everything that we talked about tonight is in this with the strategies, right? You look at this: restaurants, all the components, digital strategies, right? So if you liked the content today, it has a high-level overview, but then it goes into more specifics. For website, what would be good, better, best? What about website management and maintenance? What about social media, digital marketing? What about business spending, commercial accounts, maybe other things like iTransact? Okay, what about storefronts and e-commerce? So it gives you all of this great content as talking points. Yeah, you might even bring this with you on a face-to-face consultation appointment, and then even use it as a potential leave behind with their potential category. You don't give them the whole thing, because if they're an education business, they don't really need anything here for maybe service-based unless you're trying to get referrals out of them. Okay, so that's a great tool. Another tool that you can leverage is our blog, right? So we're working upwards of getting to a point where we can get 1 to 2 to 3 new blog articles per week. And hopefully you've seen some new ones that we've been pushing out. But right here under the category for internet marketing, it's on blog.mawebcenters.com. You look at this: subscription products are now available on Oasis e-commerce, right? Launching your site checklists, right? Great feedback here. What makes MA Web Centers different? The features and benefits guide. But if 20 tips on creating better content for Facebook. And some of these are old, but they're still relevant. Social media marketing, search engine optimization. But we have many articles and let me get to them, that are industry related, right? So as we come down here, digital marketing strategies for legal professionals. That's a great article if you're talking to a law firm or an attorney. What about digital marketing strategies for financial services like accountants, financial planners, tax professionals, bookkeepers, right? And then we've got all of these translated into Chinese as well. Digital marketing series for salons, spa, barbershops, beauty professionals. So leverage the tools, and we're going to continue to get more and more great content for you guys to use, but we have some already here. You can also get some on the client-facing WebCenter channel, which is MA WebCenter's official on YouTube. And of course, a lot of people are unaware, but we do have our own digital marketing PowerPoint that you can download from unfranchise.com support materials. And you can go through this almost like a flip chart, or you can go through this on a Zoom and educate them on, what makes a website work. What is search engine optimization? What do we mean when we talk about online reputation and reviews? What do we mean about email marketing and social media? And then what do we provide in terms of MA Web Centers? So another great tool at your disposal that I think a lot of people don't use. It's underutilized, but probably because they're not aware of it. So some tremendous things that you have right here at your fingertips to become a marketing professional, a consultant, a true consultant that knows enough to be dangerous to schedule the demonstration or an appointment with a product specialist. So I hope we have a great week. I know we've got a fantastic assignment. And that's for you to network within your existing circle of influence with your unfranchised owners and create some great candidate lists so that you can continue to book some consultations that will yield results. I'm going to just kind of go through, the Q&A and the chat, but the most important thing that you can focus on is activity, right? Activity leads to results. Stay plugged in. If you need any support, you've got coaches, mentors, email us. You've got the WebCenter Owner Support Facebook group. There are different, I think there's some accountability groups that have done like a Facebook message group or a WhatsApp group. The idea is don't let yourself kind of just fade out if you've got questions or concerns or challenges. We're here to help you and looking to help you succeed with your WebCenter business. Stay tuned for more great things coming up in the upcoming weeks and, of course, the upcoming months with the major events coming. But looking forward to hearing your success as a WebCenter owner.